Alright guys, so welcome back to a new video. This is part 15 and as I promised you, we will finish modeling in part 15. However though, well, I should never have promised that to begin with, so my bad. But I did actually finish modeling, so I filmed everything. But I just realized it's a video that will take about 2 hours, or actually 2 hours and a half, really. And yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think anyone would actually stick around for 2 hours and a half to model stuff. So that's dumb. I'm not gonna do that. So what I did is take a little lesson from the most amazing anime out there. Well, except, well, I'm not talking about Naruto now. I'm talking about Attack on Titan. Well, I'm gonna just part this episode into two parts, right? So this video will come today, and probably I will post the next one tomorrow or tonight. It depends. I don't think I can post it tonight though. Also, again, it would basically be like posting a 2-hour video. It wouldn't make sense. I'm going to probably post it tomorrow. So yeah. Part 15 is basically still ending. The modeling part is just divided now in two parts. Because also I did go a little bit nuts with modeling the wagons, modeling the cabin, the windows and stuff. You'll see what it's all about. But at the end of the day, I think we get a really, really good looking model. And honestly, we get to perfect everything we learn and actually learn even more along the way. So, that being said, I also wanted to thank you so much for 36 subscribers. At the point of me recording this right now, we are 36 subscribers and I cannot thank you enough for that. So, I know this is amazing already, but please, let's see if we can actually get to 50 subscribers. How about that? And actually, if you're not subscribed to this channel, I think you should do that because I'm going to post way more content, and everything that's following, even after the modeling part, is gonna actually be pretty amazing. It's gonna get you to know basically Blender, at least everything that's, you know, the basics in Blender, the way you can get started to do everything you want. It's here, and it's coming, and it's around the corner, so just stick around. So, without further ado, please leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and please, if you want, comment to tell me what do you think about the channel, what do you think about this video, what do you think about, well, anything, really, talk about anything. I'm going to answer, probably, actually most probably. And also, if you want, share this video for everyone to see and to get even more 3D artists out there. So let's just have me stop talking and get to work. Let's just go. Right, so here we left off last time. That's basically what we got. So I'm pretty happy with what we have so far. So let's first actually start with the reservoir. I don't think the others have necessarily such a reservoir up here, but this one kind of has actually. But I do like it. I liked it the first time, which is why I also had it. So let's do it again. Alright, so just as always, let's select this vertex, Shift S, and let's get our cursor where we need it to be. Go into X-ray mode to see the background image a little better, and Shift A, and then screencast. Right. I'm horrible with remembering about the screencast, I swear. Good. And we add a cylinder, and let's make this 16. Should we make it 16? No, actually, you know what? I might. No. Yeah, no, make it. Sorry. I'm thinking that we could not, you know, avoid adding more. Not the X, but the Y. So RY90. I wanted to avoid adding another subdivision surface to this, but I think we will anyway because from what I remember from the original version of the train, it's a pretty noticeable body, especially because it's right here in front of the train. So because of that, we kind of want it to be, pretty, you know, pretty noticeable. I don't think that was the right word, but hey, what can we do? So we have it, the cylinder right here. Get it up here in the front and get it kind of like this. It doesn't have to be exactly like the background image. Like, yes, the background image has it a little more down and stuff, but we, already went a little different from what the train really is. So it wouldn't really make sense to necessarily have this. And actually, I did see something that's kind of a problem. So what a problem is, uh, there's something strange here. No, it's not. I don't know what did I see. Yeah, so these wheels need to actually get bigger, but I have to do them by, they are by themselves, but they are arrayed, right? Totally forgot about that. Let's go to the array modifier and, get this somewhere around here, maybe. Um, and the reason for it, in case you're wondering, which, you probably do. And let's actually move this a little bit. Not like this, sorry. Am I also... Oh yeah, I think I have a boolean on this one and that's why it's moving so bad. Um, so kind of around there and, actually let's just scale it first and figure out how we're going to move that one later. It's just easier. So let's drag it kind of there. Yeah, no, it's good. Great. Well, almost great. Because we did scale it on all the axes. So actually, let me undo that because it will be a way bigger headache to fix this like that. So what you want is going to the edit mode, X-ray on this one, GNY, deactivate the proportional editing. Let's not have that destroy our mesh, and push it back like this. So both of them get pushed back. And now all we gotta do is get this in the center, more or less. A little more right about there. So 10.23 for me, but it doesn't have to be the same for you. And the reason we did that, in case you're wondering, it's because I need these to kind of be on the same level, right? So also we will get these, and actually we can take the wheels and the cylinder and Control P and parent them, and now G and Z with both of them, and they should move. Let's also apply the scale, sorry, because we did change it. And now we shall be good. Is this intersecting here? It does. How about that? I think I did, I should have at least noticed it last time as well. So, uh, you know, this is a good thing because this is about fine detailing our model. And that's about it. Yeah, perfect. Now, getting back to our reservoir here. I just want to make sure this is not going to be the longest video ever, and also that we do actually finish the modeling today, because I think it's important to actually, you know, get to see the other sides, because I think I showed you basically the beginning. I don't think, this is everything that Blender has to offer, but it's, I would say, more or less the most used stuff in Blender. And I do think that, if you want to learn Blender, really, this is kind of how you will. At least that's what I think. Okay, something like that could do. Um, Now you can either do this, like one body, like I just did now, or you can do this like two separate bodies. Which maybe, you know what? Maybe I actually will do that because it's easier, and also because you can edit them easier afterwards, and you'll see kind of what I'm talking about just in a second. Or should I? I don't. Hmm. I'm trying to think about that because it's like, uh, wait, so I could. Oh yeah, this is better. It's much better. So select that edge, Control Exit to make sure you dissolve it, and just drag this down like so. Right? We want to see if we get over the wheels, and we don't. And Control Exit back because I think I'm the one that pushed it. I know, yeah, actually, now that I stay to think about it, the first time I did it, I did do it separately, but now that I think about it, I don't think it was the smartest thing ever. Yes, subdivision will, just like I mentioned in the last video, actually, um, will be a little bit of a drag, but not really that much. So I don't think really we should not use this because I think this is alright. Like we can totally deal with this much geometry. Shade auto smooth it, and this is kind of the base for it. So that's pretty cool. Let's add maybe three loops around here. Select the middle one, proportional editing, and let's some proportional edit this. So yes, I said some proportional edit. Yes, it is not proper grammar. Yes, you can sue me. No, I still don't have money. How about that? So, there's still that. All right, so, having this, um, I'm really trying to think like what kind of details we can put in. For this one, it's actually kind of easy because, as that's true, because just like I did the last time, I actually super like the model I created. So we'll insert these two faces and then E to extrude it on the inside here. Maybe scale it just a little tiny bit down. E again to do it one more. Extrude it up uh, and something like this should do. And actually select the edges, select this edge, the outer edge of our face, and just scale it a tiny little bit to kind of, have the detail a little more out there. All right, it's pretty good. We could also actually select these faces, insert them. Actually, select these faces and insert all of them. Nah, no, not actually. So these two, put them in, and that should do. Alright, and also for the cylinder, insert this face, and actually I should have select both faces, insert them. If you're wondering if we should have mirrored this, yes, probably would have been a better idea. I did think about it in the beginning, but I was like, huh, maybe I will create different details, which I did intend to do, but I did not. So, my bad for that one. And ES to get this inside. And you'll kind of see why in just a second. But basically, yeah, this is the cylinder right here. And now control maybe 1, see what that looks like. To, try to not get us too much geometry in there, but we shall see. We shall see what we get and what else we shall put. So, this being done, we now need to add the edge loops. And for this, I'm going to speed things up. So I know you guys can already do this, so see you on the other side. Let's go. All right, here we are back. So yeah, this is gonna be like the look of our reservoir. I know I can say tank, but I want to say reservoir because I just like how it sounds. I was about to say how it looks, wasn't I? And one idea that I did like last time when I did it, and this is why we created this inside as well. Let's select this face right here. And actually, we could insert this, but no one will see it anyway. It doesn't. That's a bad idea because we just had geometry for no goddamn reason. So have this uh, go out of edit mode and then shift A. We will have a curve, and yes, it's gonna be a Bezier curve. Going to edit mode, delete the vertices. We kind of already know this whole deal already, so let's actually go into top view, and um, I hope this will work the way I want it, because yeah, that's what I was afraid of. It does select the cylinder first, which, you know, is kind of annoying. And I think we have a Bezier curve that we did not use, here we. So delete these. Again, control right click this one and control right click kind of about here should be okay. V aligned, V, well, selected, V aligned, super cool. And now RZ, we shall go to 90, and GY, get this to intersect. And of course, we need the depth for our beautiful cylinder. And yes, this is actually gonna feel more or less our. It kind of looks ridiculous. This could go though. This could do. We don't need to fill the caps because again, we won't see the heads, so it wouldn't matter, honestly. But you know, if you thought about it, nice. That was actually a good question. Let's think you had a question and I just answered your question. What a sad life I have, Nomi. Don't I? Wait. Okay, now we have this. Let's apply the scale, even though I don't think it was necessarily needed. And of course, we will add a mirror, but first, let's apply the scale and the rotation for this, because I don't think they had it. It's on the X, so it's good, but we need to just do it by the cylinder, and there we go. It's horrible. And the reason it's horrible is because, well, it's too big, or it's in the wrong side. But we don't want to change the side, so just GNX this until we're happy with it. And now it will look not too good. So GNX this one as well until we're happy with it, and I'm happy with it kind of about here. And look at this. This is pretty nice actually. But now we should get here and I mean, honestly, we have to deal with the fact that maybe it was not such a good decision after all to subdivide it before. Well, we could see this, but we still put the you know, support edges around. So I'm sorry for that one. So select the edges actually, and we have this middle edge, right? So actually just delete everything beyond the middle edge here. Delete the vertices, and let's add not a mask, sorry, but a mirror modifier. And we have to put it in the front. Let's clip it, and now we're good. Now we have it again, and whatever we do to this side, we will do to the other. And the reason for it, I think you guys already guessed it and know it. It's because, well, it's easier to model like that. And actually, let's go out of um, Edimo for that, and this looks much better. So this is good. The reservoir is more or less done, and the reason for it, it's because we don't really need it to be more than this. Also, we can show up here and select this and GG to round this part up a little bit more, right? So as you can see, it does make a little bit of a difference. That's pretty cool, and we can kind of do the same thing to this one. Because the edges are way too close, they will make this kind of, pretty right thing. Pretty, I don't know, like a crease in there that is formed because of the bodies being way too close to each other. Not the bodies, but the edges, actually. This might not be a good idea to, no, I don't think it should. No, 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 it's good. We're good. We just need to make sure not to overlap. And yeah, I do think it looks a little better. We can also maybe pull this down just a tiny bit more. And I did a mistake here. Sorry. Oh no, I was in the extreme mode. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Good. Good. Now, we have the reservoir and we have the cabin, we have everything. And also, we talked about something we need or we want to do to um, this cylinder as well. And what we want to do is Shift D, this face, and P by selection. And we have a face, right? Which is right here. And so let's actually call it top tube cylinder. Oh, it was actually top whatever, and actually let me copy that to give that name to this as well, and underline plate. Yes, a pretty descriptive name if you ask me, but you know what? By the way, to get to your body faster, you can select it in the viewport, and when you go over to the selection bar, you press the period key. So pressing period key gets you to exactly where your body is here, so you don't have to check for it. You also have the search bar, but just in case you forget what it's called, this is easier in my opinion. So you have this. Actually, we have this. And what we really do want with it is to solidify it, of course, because we always do want to do that. Let's apply the scale just in case. Not 0, but 1. And this is pretty nasty. But wait, I forgot to do something. The solidify modifier, it shouldn't be too big, because what we will do is actually not. It's just like a small plate that is like screwed over this. And let's have it. I don't know, 2 centimeters. Oh, too much. Whoa, no. 5 millimeters then. Yeah, 5 millimeters can be a little more reasonable. Apply the solidify, and now since we already have the subdivision, by the way, the subdivision is to level 2, let's put it to level 1, because this is not, like, we won't really see this, and I don't think it needs such a big, level of subdivisions. It's just like overkill for no reason. So, delete the vertices, mirror it by the Y, and yes, we do that before we do the subdivision. And wait, I think I got stuck in this cylinder. Okay, and clipping activated as well. Let's check it. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Also, Z and Z, apply the scale so that we don't have any surprises along the way. And G and Z like that. And yeah, we're pretty good. And actually, I think it's still to take. So uh, let's get the origin to geometry. And right, first apply actually the mirror before we do that because the mirror will get a little crazy because of it. So SX to, thin this a little bit more. Okay, and because of that, it's not going to be as round anymore. And what we do if it's not as round anymore, going to X-ray mode and proportional, edit this. So it's exactly how we want it. But of course, oh, actually, again, mirror it. And why do we mirror it? Well, because it's just going to make our lives so much easier. And now, add, yeah, maybe 3 should do. At least I hope. And something like this. No more proportional editing. And GNX. Whoa, too much. Okay, GNX again. And maybe a tiny bit more. Something like that, maybe? Yeah, this could do. Not too shabby. All right, that's pretty good. And actually, I do see a small little issue right here. So we will need it to kind of get a little. But did you like the look of it though? Kind of a shame. It's a shame because I already decided not to do it, and I did kind of like it. So there's that. So now we have this. Well, good for us. And now, again, this will look a little better when we will have it screwed in. Alright. Alright. There's something here that kind of bothers me and I don't know. Oh, I didn't? No, I did. What is it then? I don't know, it seems like it's not having enough geometry. Like it's this right here that bothers me. I don't like it. Could you be the one doing it? No? No, actually I think you're helping. Are you the one doing it though? Because it kind of seems to be. But if you don't do it there, you do it up here, and I don't like it either. So, of course, upping this resolution helps, but we know we don't like that, so no thanks. Maybe add a little more geometry. And no. Answer is no. But we actually should anyway for the other part. Apparently, I forgot to do that. And now we'll have this. Well, it's not really a problem really because it's gonna be covered later on anyway. So to be totally honest with you, I don't really care too much about it. But I don't like it. I don't like to have this. Maybe it's just me, but my meshes have to be clean. They have to be nice. I like them nice. But it still looks nice. Okay. Good. I blabbed way too much. So, let's do also something down here because we should have something under the. Actually, let me do it under this. Where's the better if not in the middle? Shift S, and let's get a cursor to selected. And now let's add a cube. the most trusted and yet the most destroyed geometry Blender has to offer. Why I do say that? Well, if you do Blender for a little bit of time or a long time, I think you realize every time you'll open a project, usually the first thing you do is kill the cube, and afterwards, realize, oh, actually, I might have needed that. Everyone does it. Every single person does it at least once. And yeah, I really think the cube doesn't get the recognition it needs. We should kind of copy the face a little bit. See, because I think this is one of those moments where it's kind of important to try to keep the geometry as close as you can. Um, Wait, what am I doing? So something. Oh, because this would have to be more or less like this. Okay. So let me first put it here. And yeah, this is okay to just, play by itself, because proportional is not gonna help that much more. So this is good. Ghoul, really? What am I playing? Some uh Fallout or something? By the way, yeah, leave it. I'm actually curious. How many of you played the latest Bethesda game, the Starfield one? I said the Starfield one like I don't know anything about any game, and I'm just trying to pretend like, oh no, I'm cool, I'm young and that. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, no, I'm actually really curious because it is a very divisive game for me personally. Uh, because I'm gonna be very honest, and a lot of people I know are not really liking this, but I'm not a big Bethesda fan. Never was, probably never will. I never got too in love with the game style, and I'll be totally honest, I always thought they're a little bit overrated, and in my opinion, Starfield proved that. I'm not saying Starfield is not a good game or anything like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I still think Starfield is pretty cool, but I think it was way too hyped, way too much, and really it was not deserved hype, because I don't think Bethesda ever you know uh, put a game out that basically broke everything, or was so good that, oh my god, you know this kind of changed the industry. I'm not saying well, actually, no, I'm kind of wrong on that one, because I mean Skyrim did change the industry. So, for anyone that wants to correct me, there you have it. That's actually not true. Bethesda does have really good game-changing industry-wise, but a game that actually changed the industry, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like every time I try to talk and work at the same time, oh, I think, wait. Oh, I was about to extrude and I didn't. And the reason that was a problem, like a pretty big problem, it's because geometry was overlapping there. And I think I talked a lot about why that is such a very big problem for us. The reason I do this is because, well, really, I know how much I said we don't really do technically good stuff necessarily, because that's not the point. But um, if we can, right, I think it's okay to do it. No, I don't want this. And actually, no, let me just take this a little bit back like this. Okay. And actually just get these in front, extruding them, right? So with 3 and extrude on the, make sure you extrude on the Y. Yes, the default normal now should be good, but I just don't try. Oh, and it was this here as well. So sorry, we go back. I should pay a little more attention to this actually, because I'm wasting a lot of time because of it, and I'm not too keen on that. All right, so yeah, as I was saying, why I'm doing this is really because this just makes sense. You know, you won't have a train that will have a deliberately empty space here. I don't think a train works that way really. But also, I don't think this, like what I did right now, works either. Because basically the train has to have the, I just realized the wheels have to basically be on the same level like with a door, and that just wouldn't happen with it. So what we will do is keep this here, right? Get this up to the front till here. And SY 0, perfect. Of course I press H again, like always. I think that should be my my main thing, I guess. You know how every YouTuber has their thing? Well, this is mine. I'm doing Blender and I'm praying. I'm praying. Yeah, I am praying a little bit, honestly, to finish the modeling part because I think you guys might just kill me if I don't do this already because it's the, I don't know, fifth time I'm promising it. Well, this is the first time we actually get to an episode where I promise it, but I'm like, yeah, no, this is the one. Promise. Um, yeah, so this is better because, again, this makes sense. And the wheels can be down here. The wheels will be different. So we'll have a a third type of wheels. And it's gonna be kind of like the ones you see behind here or in the references. Really, I know I saw more or less a model, kind of like this ones. I think this is the closest that will get to what I'm thinking of. So yeah, good. So having this, let's shade out as modded. And I know I tried with all of it, but I think with this one it might just work. Let's bevel it. Let's see what bevel does to it. So a pretty exaggerated bevel at that. And you know what? I think this might be one of those times when bevel wins. When bevel actually takes the win and says, you know what? I also can be useful, not just the subdivision. So we will put this here and also this. Oh no, that was good. Um, yeah, I really like how this looks. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good for me. I don't really like the back of this one too much. I think I would have preferred it to be a little more straight. So actually GX. The reason I do sorry, just for a second there. SX0 and that way no. I think it will, yeah, it will create a big problem because we don't need all of those. So select just this side and SX0 and GX a little bit just so I can select these as well, SX0, and have this a little go a little back, and this also go. They don't want to go back. Well, it's fine. I'm just going to do something like this. I just don't want that inclination there. I don't think it looks nice. So, you know what? Yeah, I'm much finer with that one. And I do see that this part here didn't like what I just did. And when I'm saying you didn't really like it, I mean it. So I get this just a little closer like it used to be. And now it actually looks super good. And go into edit mode for this one, vertex mode, X-ray mode, and um, Gen X. Also, I wanted to say one more thing. Thank you so much for making the last video. So at the moment I'm recording this, uh, the I don't know if you know, but YouTube Analytics kind of shows you top of your videos, and the last video, part 14, is number one in the top. So basically, it has the most views in the same amount of time as the other had, which is crazy. So thank you so much for that. And also, apparently, it's the most clicked on out of all of them. So when people see it, they actually click on it. And I think that's so cool. So all I can, it's just thank you so much for that. I think, well, I did not expect to actually, have that happen. So that's impressive for me. So the cube now will be selected one more time, just because I think it's that useful. And because I have Blender 4.0 and hopefully you do too, let's use it. Having this done, basically, we can now actually just do the clamp. Is it a clamp? Is it like, I don't know. What is it? The holding system of the trains, I guess. Let's put this more or less in the middle here. And well, we could shift an S and selection to cursor, and now it's in the middle, but it's also taking that, and we don't want it. And we could avoid that, but too much headache for no reason. And also let's apply the scale, apply the rotation, and go to the auto mirror, our or one of our favorite tools. So having this, I'm just kind of trying to think what I want a clamp to look like. And let's actually approach this. So maybe this thick should do, and Gen X for these. This doesn't have to be like so big or whatever. This should kind of do it. Okay. And now by selecting this face here, we will extrude it on the sides. Somewhere here should be good. Yeah, pretty good. And then let's create a loop here. Select the I created one by mistake as well. Select the outer face, and then get it. And yes, it does look like a magnet, and that's actually kind of how we want it to look. And the reason for it, it's because that's how we need it to look. Will we subdivision surface it? Very good question in case you asked it. I don't really think we will. And I can give you good reasons for why I wouldn't. And that's because I don't see why we would, really. Because it doesn't make too much sense to do so. At least not in my opinion. I think this looks okay enough. And also, by the way, when you have a body, and let's say you want to edit it and not see everything else, just press um, the sidebar, the dash. Is it a dash? I don't know if it's a dash, but this one, right here. So you see it, and yeah, the oblique bar. I don't think this is the explanation, and yeah, well, I'm not a pro of the names, but I'll call it dash bar. Hopefully, you'll be okay with that. Let's also select this and bevel these as well. We'll do a smaller bevel for them. And this is something I learned from watching Josh Gamble. Gramble. It's Gramble. Now I remember. I hope. I will not try to pronounce his colleague's name because I remember how much I botched it last time. So I'm sorry for that. I didn't mean to, but I'm not good with that. So let's do some like this. This should be okay, right? Okay. X-ray mode, vertex mode on, and really we want, well, not this whole edge. We want it kind of from here till here. And the reason for it, it's because we will do a, maybe sphere should work for us. And G and Y, should it? I don't think it does, to be perfectly honest with you. Maybe inverse square root will do again its magic. But no. Shall we leave it square? Hmm. No. You know what we'll do? I got this. I got this in my pocket. Okay, select all the edges. Like the whole contour of our clamp. And let's bevel it. So this should be alright. And bevel it like this as well. This is good. This is okay. Alright. And the reason this is gonna be okay, it's because, well, really I shouldn't have done it yet. So let's go back. Because first we'll actually need, oh, and we have those. Oh, right, so we want, right. So let's actually first get the shape done. So this is still turned on. Don't go anywhere, okay? I need you. Stay with me here. Let's make sure there's no face there to destroy this amazing little plan here. Right. Good. I'm trying to think how to do this. This is a different method than I used the first time, so yeah, no, it's gonna take a little more time. Um, mm, it does look interesting. I'm gonna give it that, but not that interesting. Mm. No, you know what? Select the middle one here. Inverse square root GY and something like that. Yeah, and now GY. Or actually, let's GY, well, without the proportional. GY this and this, just like that. This as well. And you know, let's try to have it, actually, yeah, let's try to have it a little more like, okay. Because from what I saw, well, there are not a lot of references there, but they are mostly square to begin with because they're like like very, you know, sturdy. They have to be like big metal rods to keep itself together. So, because of that, they will basically look, well, like this. And now E and Shift Z to not move it on the Z axis whatsoever. And yeah, let's just try to play a little bit with the model. And F3, shear, our lovely shear. and this time it actually doesn't work in our favor. So let's try R on the Z-axis, and yeah, this one works way more in our favor. So extrude again, R on our axis, and we could do something like this, and this works. This is pretty okay. And shadow smoothness. And what we have to do first, right? Again, the dash bar. Select these two. These two have to have the same bevel. At least, you know, in my vision. And actually, no, these two not, because this one should have a bigger bevel here than this one. This one can be a little smaller. And yeah, it looks pretty good to me. And for now we're good. We could also add a bevel. Oh, no, not a boolean. A bevel modifier. Just like that. See? It's easy. It's easy when you really want it. And I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I'm not too keen on that one. But no, it was actually doing a pretty good job. Alright, so after that, we bevel this. Right, so let's use something we're okay with and actually see how it also looks. But I think something like that should probably do. And we don't need it to be too detailed. We don't need to have crazy, like if for the others we did a lot of details, this one is not gonna have any really. We won't see it. It's gonna be on the back here. We do it for the sake of having it and for knowing that, okay, so let's call it clamp. But we don't need it per se. It's more like, you know, um, what shall we call this? Holds cylinder. Right. Okay. And other than that, what we shall do, well, it's actually kind of small for this rain, or at least this is the way it looks to me. Let's make it a little big on the Y. That's good. And then let's just make it just a little bigger all in all. Oh, okay, something like this. Alright, it's also in there. And of course we will boolean this. What did you think? And we won't? Well, we will. The pipette and with the clamp here. And that's how you do it. Perfect, now we have the clamp. So, with the clamp selected, Alt-D, X, and R, X90 first, and then RZ9, not 90, sorry, RZ180, because it has to be turned around, and Gen X, something like that. And, you know, it looks like it's not catching it, so, actually, it's not really that big of a deal. Let's make it a little smaller on that, so it looks like it's actually catching it. Good. Having that, we have the clamps, we have the main cylinder, we have the cabin. Still don't have the windows yet, but those will come last. I promise. They're there, and they will show up. So what we do need though, the piece of resistance. Okay, how the French call it. I don't think they call it that way necessarily, but hey, you know what? I'm going to say maybe they do, because why wouldn't they? It is a pièce de résistance. So let's have this somewhere around there. It doesn't really matter right now. Actually, we will try to have it more or less at the level of the main cabin, or well, the floor of the main cabin, really. So kind of here. That's pretty okay. And look for a reference. Actually, I think I already found my reference. I like it. I like how that looks. Oh, actually, the Hogwarts train looks more or less. All of them look similar, really? I think this one looks a little bit different. No, it's more or less the same. Well, we will do something at least on the top of it, because I think it's way too simple. But well, not necessarily simple to create. And I showed the lamps again. Um, but more like a simple, you know, in the meaning of simple. I think that explains it a lot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to do it. If oh my god. um. So yeah, I'm trying to think because it has to be way larger than a main cabin. So somewhere around there, I think should do. And the more or less on the same level, but don't forget the level of the roof is not on the same level with the top because this and the roof are gonna be separated still because this is the look we went with and again it just makes much more sense when we do model it. So even here if you see they seem like they're separated. Well, that's the main cabin, yes, but also here it's kind of the same idea, right? So that's what we'll do as well. But before that, of course, let's go 3 and scale all of it on the Y somewhere kind of here. So it's not gonna be exactly like you know, the width with the whole door stuff, but it's gonna be, kind of like the cabin because if you look also on the references, um, that's kind of the norm. The norm is to kind of be, with the entire. Actually, this one is well, the cabin is different, so it's not really counting because if you look at the what was it, the one where we took this one, it doesn't seem like the door, or actually it does seem no, the door seems to be a little bit out, so you know, a little larger. So this right now, I would say it's doing its job, and if not, we're gonna change it later. We will mirror this, of course, because why? Actually, apply the scale, apply the rotation, and auto mirror. I still have to get myself a little used to this. And now, ladies and gentlemen, inverse square is the one we will be looking for because we always do look for it because it's always helping us out. So let's bring this more or less around here. I think this is the huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think yeah, they should do it. And look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. And actually, let's call it wagon 1. Why 1? Because we will have you know what, 5 of them. Yeah, we'll have 5 of them. How about that? How exciting is that? Not just to have ourselves our own wagon, but 5 of our own wagons. I think this is pretty exciting. And we will do something a little special, but not just yet. I'm trying to look like for details. If I need to model it on the body right now, and actually, I don't really see a point to do. Actually, I do see one or two that I could do that too, because we will subdivide it, right? We will probably subdivide it anyway, but I do see two things I would kind of like to do. And yes, we could do separate models for it, but we won't. We will work a little bit like this. So SZ0, bring it a little bit up here. Control B to bevel this, and let's eliminate this. We just need 2 edges for what we do. Because what we will do is kind of this line here. I think this line is pretty nice. So let's create that. And you know what? We will actually do it on the entire part. So, oh, actually, before we do this, let us get it also down here, right? Because we should be getting it down here as well. I should have done them at the same time to have exactly the same size, but you know what? It's not gonna be too noticeable, or not noticeable at all. Kind of like this. So with that selected, we will also select this one with Alt Shift left click, and now yeah, everything's cool. Yes, and let's get it out. And it's not working as intended. So get on top. Yes, and let's see if it works a little better now. No, because they don't wanna. Why would they? So you know what? If they don't wanna, it's fine for me. We will do them separately. So ES for this. Well, I think it's a little too much on the side and way too much, way too little actually on the on this one on the Y. So somewhere kind of around there. Because don't forget, we will subdivision surface it. So when you do this, I think you should more or less keep that in mind as well. Like besides what you have right now, it's also that. So this and now SY, and let's see what we got. So take this SY0, so they are on the same level, and this SX0, and also this right here SX0, and they should be more or less on the same part, and they are. They're nice. They look cool. Okay, so control 1. Maybe. Maybe it'll work, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. Alright. So, you know what's coming? For this, we're gonna speed it up. Right. There we are. Right. So, having these modeled, I actually realized this is a little too intense. So these here, these are not okay. Right. So actually, I'll go into vertex mode while we select this. Okay, SX, kind of about there. SY, and let's get this all the way kind of about here. Yeah, better, much better. Good. Alright, so what else we should do is select this entire upper part, but I don't really want to select it this way all the time, right? There's another way to select things. It's not really necessarily that useful in this part, but I wanted just to show it to you. If you press C, it's going to create a circle, right? What this is actually what you can find. Let me ask that. Right here, it's the select circle. So what that does is you can just hover with the circle over, and while you keep the left mouse click, the mouse left click, sorry. It's going to select the bodies you hover over with your circle. And I mean, that's pretty convenient really, for if you have like a lot of faces and they're pretty easy to not, select things you don't want. It's easy to just do it. So yeah, you can press just C to do it, and after you finish, it's just going to turn off and go back to box selecting. But yeah, I just wanted to show this to you because I think it's a pretty good tool. It's a pretty good thing to have. So we take this this part, this top here, and with it we'll Shift D and press enter and then P and then by selection. And this, if I find it right here, is the wagon 1, and we'll say wagon 1 top. Good. And with this, well, first we'll go back into, the selection here, select the top again, so that we can actually just delete it. Delete the faces. So only the rooftop stays on. And as we saw in the references, the rooftop should not be necessarily as accentuated as the main cabin's rooftop. I mean, I don't think that's a general rule necessarily, but you know what? I kind of like the idea of having a little bit of variation. So let's apply the scale, let's apply the rotation, and also origin. Oh, we have the mirror modifier, so let's apply the mirror first, and origin to geometry, like this. And now we can do the auto mirror again, and of course put the mirror before the subdivision so that it doesn't break our body. Alright, so having this here, we will scale it kind of. It's annoying because it doesn't scale it, on all the axes equally. Kind of like this. It's a little bigger, but it's also not as big as the the main cabin, because we don't need that. And now, of course, we will apply the get a solidify modifier on. We will apply it later, but just get it there. And 1 to go positive, always be positive. All right, and now we should just play around with the thickness, right? Actually, let's see what thickness we gave to this one. We don't have that. All right, there's a way to find it, but kind of don't like it. So you can measure stuff, right, by actually going to the measure tool. And with the measure tool, right, you could be doing this, which, it's not gonna necessarily work perfectly. But let me get that down and try to snap it. And snapping will usually work. It works for me. So go on this vertex, and then apparently it doesn't want to select this vertex now. Are you real? I'm doing this. Okay, so on that vertex, it's well, more or less a thickness of like 0.02, I think. I'm pretty sure I didn't put anything like 0.0197. I sound like a Terminator, didn't I? Anyway, so 0.02 it is. Right? Right. And we won't have the rims that this one has, or the ribs rather. So that's because the main cabin should have that, I think. Because this one will have different details, right? We will put different stuff on it, but they're actually most probably going to be like different bodies, not necessarily the same body. Because I just don't really want to add geometry, but actually it might be a good idea to have it. I'm not gonna lie. It's just well, too many bodies already to count on here, so get the loop here, Control B it, and let's get it all the way up like that. And we'll do something like a very elongated, where did we see that? It was one of the references that had it. Was it it has something on top, but it's not like that. It's nothing like it. I think it's Yeah, this one, the Polar Express has some like this. So kind of like that. Also, we will put like small little cylinders right here, so that is like, oh, that's the air vent and stuff. Oh yeah, I am thinking about the design of this. What did you think? Did you think I don't care about technicalities? Well, think again. Of course I don't. All right. Right. So having this here, yes, and let's scale it something like this. And E, Z again, up like that. Good. And go into edge select mode. And let's add some support loops. Our favorite friends. I'm not gonna probably speed this one because I don't think it's, a necessity on this one. It shouldn't take long. But if I believe it will, I might speed it up. And let's take a look at it. Alright, alright. And I don't think I should. No, we should not have done this. Not all this. Alright, having applied the solidify modifier, so. Actually, 0.02. Alright, so having applied the solidify modifier, we won't do these rims like we did on the main cabin. We will do something more elongated, like we can see on the Polar Express one, if you can see it right here. Something like that. Alright, before we do that though, let's apply the mirror, apply the solidify modifier. And the reason for it is because we will actually need it here. So, auto mirror again, over the subdivision to not break it. And now on the face select mode, select the upper face, E to extrude, and actually not just that one, sorry, these two. And now E to extrude, something like that. And let's, add some support loops to have it like this. Alright. And then back to face select mode, E, actually, nice. And just elongate it, get it just a little bit up, and then E and Z. Kind of like this. We don't want it too big. And now support edges, over support edges, over support edges. Just the way we need it. Alright. Actually, not there. We need it here. Something about there. Try to figure out what else we need. Because that's kind of the wagon. It's not much more than that. That's why I kind of left it, for the last part. Because is that too? Yeah, it has two problems really. If I'm being asked. So what is going on? Oh, it's not select box. That's the better one. So SX to get this little down because it's way too big. Alright, that's one of the problems I thought it had. And another one, I think it's way too high. It shouldn't be. So, kind of somewhere around there should be a little more appropriate. Well, it does create a problem here, doesn't it? But not a problem we can't solve. Can we now? So, GG to get this up here. And, whoa, not like that. Just like this. Perfect. Look at that. Look at our beautiful wagon. And we'll have the windows also. and those are gonna basically kind of make the whole thing pop. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. Also, we'll have a door here because we do need a door there. Also, what else we need, you might ask? Well, we need, I don't think any of these can show us that. But we shall need, um, well, we can't really do this, can we? So let's just shift, right click, right there, and then mesh, and you know what, let's go with a plane because it's not gonna be that important to begin with. Scale it way down on the X, and actually on the Y as well, but not too much, because the Y needs to kind of be up here. Right, and a little more on the X. Somewhere around there. I think it should do. Apply the scale, and the reason for it, it's because this needs to be here. Because people can just tap on the clamps, right? People have to be able to step, you know, between the cabin and the wagons. I don't actually know how much this should be, so let's make it somewhere around there. 0.02 should do, I think. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this one. I know you know are amazed by me not being an expert on something, but trust me, I am not. I'm not an expert. I know, shocking. Like, who would have thought? No one. I tell you. I personally can't believe I'm not an expert, but apparently I am not. Pretty disappointing myself there. So, getting this out. The reason for it is because we're doing a little trick. Get it just a little down. Yes, it's probably clipping on that, but we don't see that, so it's okay. And this way, it's kind of, you know, just a little more showing off, like, oh, look what we did. It's pretty cool. Haha. Okay, and let me show you one more thing, right? Because I think this is pretty cool. So what we can do, well, we could alt the, you know, and then modify. Actually, I think we will have to do this because mirroring it might actually more or less create a problem for us. And I think you'll see exactly what I'm talking about in just a second. And actually SX, because this one needs to go a little bit more like this. This is good. This is perfect. All right. What we can do, right, is go into edit mode and let me just, yeah, actually we can take this. So take the cursor there. And now we shall add an empty. You might ask, why would you add something like that there? Well, makes no sense to me, and it doesn't yet. But what we shall do is mirror this. But we don't mirror it by the clamp, we don't mirror it by the main cylinder, by anything, because we just can't. Neither by the origin, and we can see why. What we do mirror it by, however, is on the X actually, by the empty. And if we do this, voila, it's basically you know, well, mirroring it, but you choose a body, a different body, a body that you can just play around with however you need it. And I think that's actually pretty useful because well, to be perfectly honest with you, you will use that a lot. And this is kind of the reason I wanted to show it more, because I recently got into like new project of mine that I don't want to talk about it because I might make a little bit of a surprise for you guys, but it will take a little bit more. It's almost done, but it's not out there yet. So let me not talk about that for a second there. What this basically does, right, is you will have these bodies mirror themselves over an empty, and you can use that for everything, for your mesh if you want more symmetry, for you know, your objects in a scene, for all stuff like that. And it's really useful because then you can just play around with the empty if you don't like how they look, like right now, let's say, right? Again, probably will not stick with this because I don't think it's really a smart choice, and I'll show you why in just a second. But I mean, basically, it's nothing wrong necessarily. Yes, it's clipping a lot, but it's not a problem really. So you can, I mean, we can keep this. We can totally actually keep this, and it will be fine. But I think it's just unnecessary, well, geometry really, like we keep saying, and there's no reason for it. So we won't do it. But I think it's a pretty cool way to show you guys what this thing can do. So yeah, maybe we won't use it right now, but is it cool? Yeah, I believe it is. I believe it's actually pretty cool. Um, and right now you can see that something is clipping here, and we don't really know what and why really. And what's really there? It's actually our body. It's mirrored, but by the geometry, and because it's mirrored by the geometry, it's going to create us that small issue there. What we can do is fill this, right? Make this little thing there. Right now it looks terrible because we should not be doing that. So delete not the faces but the edges. Cool. Now it's cool. And here the cursor is right in the middle. So what we will do is actually select our body and set origin to 3D cursor. Right? And when we activate this, look at that. It's perfectly in the middle. That's why I said I don't think it's a smart choice, at least for now, to use that because it makes no sense. And once we decided which solidify modifier we want, so what thickness, and I think we chose a pretty good thickness. I think that's pretty good. We can go out of edit mode and apply it. We don't apply the mirror though because we don't want that. We don't need that. So go into face select mode, select these two faces and delete them. Now we can go to one, vertex select mode, and A, and get them just this far. Activate clipping and then Gen X so that they will go together. And that's kind of it. We have, well, we could play around with this one. So Gen X just to have it, I think kind of there should work. And now Gen X it like this. And now it should be clipping in both directions. Just enough. So it's not a hard clipping necessarily. It's more or less like, yeah, we're just clipping a little bit in here. It's fine. So there you have it. There you have the way around the wagons and stuff. And we will have it for each of the wagons. So also we will take this and we will bevel it. We don't need anything more than that because we just don't really. So beveling it. Kind of like this. So 0.005 for me, and whatever goes for you. 5 should do. Shade auto smooth, and there we are. This is a perfect flow. Good. So we have the wagons, you have the floor, you have almost everything we need. Alright, so this is it for this video. We basically have kind of everything we want. So we have, the clamps or the claws that keep the train together. We now have the wagon. We basically have created the reservoir. And basically, we're almost done. We will just need to create the windows, which we do in the next part, because this is still part 15, right? So we'll actually create it in the next half of the video, which comes tomorrow. And again, joke aside, as I said in the beginning of the video, the only reason I do this, it's really because I don't want to create too long of a video. I think it would be honestly unpleasant for you guys. And you know what? I'm gonna rather make shorter videos, even though it's still an hour long. It's still not short, but I would rather make that and you guys actually do it, and then rather speeding up the process, and you get bored. You know while doing this. So, we will have absolutely everything ready in the next half of this part, and that's gonna be exciting. So stick around to see that. And also, if you stuck till the end of this video, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Also, you know what else I would appreciate? A like on the video. Also, a subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Really, we will do like quite a cool bunch of stuff, especially from now on, because everything you've seen like in all these parts were to get your modeling together. Right now, your 3D modeling should at least be at standard level. Like you can do basically whatever you want, but from now on, we'll be able to create textures and really sculpt a little bit and stuff like that. But we will see about that when we get there. So again, thank you so much. Please, if you so like the video, leave a comment, share this video, and please don't forget to subscribe. And that's kind of everything from me. I will love to see you guys in the next part, well, the next half of the part. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow, and have a great day. Bye, guys.